Manjang dan wajan wajan jeng padang. Jeng padang jeng dai jeng padang dai jeng. Balak we undan jeng manjang dan wajan wajan jeng padang. Jeng padang jeng dai jeng padang dai jeng. Deng lihat udah jual balik. yena jamarang ule Jieng Padang Jieng ayele na dewo ayele bai kal Padang ayele Jieng Longa longa de kwalla bine de mai juga jampan jolage jampan jolage keu nam bajuma jam Longa longa de kwalla bine de mai juga jampan jolage jampan jolage keu nam bajuma jam Birna bai jamalor purwa panaru berajeng pare akeu nam Uje Padang jendai delena dewo ayele bai kal Padang ayele Padang jendai delena dewo
Help connect you to a world of
begin bang you then no di malawi ame to right to di malaya you begin then you then
Hello? Yeah.
no di malawi ame to right to di malaya you begin then you then no di malawi ame to right to di malaya you begin then you then ya wali and then I ya wali and then hey you know what you got no not that you buy and again you know not it bandai you know what you go no that you buy and again you know not it bandai ya wali and then I ya wali and then I hey you know what you got you know that you buy and again you know not it bandai you know what you go you know that you buy and again you know not it bandai
Morelos. Yeah, we are doing, the family are doing good.
And we're making this one.
Quit, I don't know. You will hear later. It's not, I don't know what you guys want. I don't know what type of Nuer you are. If you are from.
Wilson, generally mute in Chapin.
Okay. Hold on. And kita mute. Siap tunggu man. Banyak biar. Banyak biar yang kita mute. Kira jam mute. Thank you, Marialos. I'm doing good. Yeah. Banyak biar. Ini ada no problem. Kadang jadi mute.
Good morning. Into Joping, man.
I had the current technique. Go ahead, yeah.
I have also studied the room in Clubhouse.
Oh, okay, that's good.
We'll be playing both. I know we'll be here maybe until 10:15, and I will leave to go to church. We will be able to start the show. I know that mine is the background is not there because did not set up properly.
Yeah, even me. So we can do you. So what you talk about the Padang boys figure Clubhouse?
Yes. In Penitent, you can see it there. People taban kuburo baden would jump to leka jaka chiben. We will speak in a language that will be understood by our neighbors, especially regarding the topic. I try to add into the response of Tumaban but the clubhouse, but it's very short. I don't know whether we have. Maybe I can edit the room again and put that topic, but it's very hard to add it unless we make it only one. Maybe respond, and here we'll be playing both and according to display.
No, I think
okay.
So security concern is combined to all of them.
Okay. If we are not going to be waiting, we'll start the room. Ben Wilson, you can start the room of highlighting the topic that brought us to this discussion. But most importantly, I want to greet all the members of Jieng Padang and all the audience that will be listening both in Clubhouse and as well as here in Facebook Live. We have chosen the Facebook Live because it has a wider audience, especially from our neighbors from East. So that the message will be sending is a message of peace and reconciliation, and also the message that there is a news that we have just heard, and that's what brought us to this morning. As the leaders of community of Jieng Padang, it is our responsibility to highlight our people, to make sure that if there's anything that we heard, we have to let people know this is what is happening. And we have this is accurate information from our area, and that's what brought us here. So, Banyusan, I will give you the floor to open the discussion so that we'll proceed ahead.
All right, thank you, Brother Biel or Biel. We come to live this morning. We're supposed to come to live yesterday, but we did not get a chance. So I greet all of you, those who are watching us. Please share the forum to your friends and your group that you know, okay? So you can, so that you can let them know what is the message. Then the message today is about, you see there, on Thursday, there was a group of the Nuer White Army from specifically Nasir and Ulang, led by the self-claimed prophet, to come and try to attack the Akaka on Thursday and Friday. We supposed to come live yesterday, but we did not get a chance because people are busy. And that is one of the reasons today to come and highlight our people, and also message to our neighbors, especially those of Jieng, who are our neighbors. So the message, what is wrong again, you, the Nuer Jieng, specifically Gajo, what did you guys want? Why your White Army come again, try to attack the county Kolakoga in the middle of the Jieng Padang? You guys attacked in 2021 2 times. Now the reason we heard that you guys came because you are hungry, you don't have a food, so you want to come and grab whatever you want to grab, but you don't see the bigger picture. The bigger picture, it could jeopardize the peace. Because we've been now, since 2022, the beginning of 2022 up to now, the situation was calmed down, but based on your attitudes, you always jeopardize the situation and make it more worse. And again, you're supposed to be concerned with your people. There is no Jieng Padang living in a Nuer land, rather you guys living in a Nuer land. So when you cause instability or security, we don't think this is a good idea. But as long as you don't value the life, as long as individual criminal within the Nuer community focus on their interests, it will jeopardize the entire Nuer community. So we are calling for the leaders of the Nuer, whether in the Western world or those who are in the government, to stop that rhetoric of attacking people, because this is not going to be tolerant anymore. And we are not the loser if you guys. So that's what happened. There were a group of the White Army coming from Nasir and Ulang. They tried to attack a Koga. They were returned back a 6-hour walking from the headquarters of that county. The governor was told, so he went and talked to the UN. He took UN helicopter. He went there and talked with them and told them, please, you need to go back. The UN talked to them and tell them go back to Nasser. These are the group led by the self-claimed prophet. Taban, you know, Ajata, the Kulu, anything somebody claimed to be Shaitan Atal Wallet yesterday or just born yesterday, they will follow him without questioning him. So that was the reason they were trying to attack the area. But when went in, and we are hearing that Riek Machar also is talking with them. I don't know whether through phone, but they are still in the area. What they are doing, they want to attack, loot the Dura, and loot the cattle. And then we are giving warning that will jeopardize the peace again in Upper Nile. And I say before, there are nowhere in most city of Upper Nile. There are nowhere in Baliet that they destroy. They have a Nuer there who ran away in 2017 when they fight themselves. The same, the Dinka Padang came and hosted them. They are there now for the last 3 years. Now you got another group of the same group coming from Nasir and Ulang, try to come and attack. What do you think? You have people working in oil field as a Nuer. You want to put their in risk, their life in risk too. So we are calling for the Nuer leaders to stop their white army. If they are hungry, they need some food, they need to talk to people. Like some part of the Nuer Gajak, like a week ago, those of Longachuk, they went to Malut County. The leader of Longachuk within Juba and leader of Malut community, they came to Malut community and say that our people are dying with the anger. People are now displacing, I mean, people are leaving the county. So you guys, we need to have some kind of a peace, and we need humanitarian help. That was a week ago, and I'm going to read some of that later. That was done by the other Nuer of Gajak. So they were welcome in Malut a week ago. They were being given over 200 bag of surgum. They took them to Gajak land. That should be a way that somebody could come, rather coming by force, like you Gajak people. Ajama Kalikum to be a better responsibility people. You are the one who represent Upper Nile in the national government. A minister of petroleum come from Nasser. A minister of labor, James Host, come from Nasser. Why you don't respect all this leadership? You want to keep the state in chaos all the time. Why? So we condemn that kind of rhetoric that want to come and attack and kill our people and loot. We are here to condemn it. This is not accepted, and we will not accept such rhetoric. We don't need to accept that such a rhetoric because we don't need people to come and attack people while people are just there. Another letter concerning Maban community by writing a letter to condemning the peace that were negotiated by the...
You can come up and Clubhouse so we can moderate and share the room.
I did share it already there.
Okay.
Let me go here. So they can hear me. Oh my God, yeah.
It's making echo. Okay, that's okay. I will just leave mine open. You can talk only on one. Just
okay,
Clubhouse. Yeah, mute yourself in Clubhouse.
Oh?
Mute yourself in a Clubhouse because it's making.
Yeah, that will be good. They can listen through.
Yeah, they will listen through. Yeah, they will listen through Facebook or StreamYard. Yeah.
So the viewer, this is the message we came tonight. Another things we want to tell our community from Maban County that are condemning the peace that has done by the Longshuk community and Malut community. Why you condemn it? Is somebody who looking for peace is a crime? I don't think it's not a crime. It's a crime. So please, you have been threatening community of Malut. You combine this, the land issue and all this, and make it a big deal. Kade benabia lawyer drop ko baja be buy back kade. Well, let me drop myself.
Yeah.
Can sound. Yeah, let me be down like that. A big thing.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
So again, that's what the message we are coming to let people aware. I see there was a guy named with the Nuer name before is Quest. Quest, if you are there, please, you can come because you're saying it's not true. It is true. People from your area, please share this to Chibron Bull. Let me share it. So again, we are here to give an awareness to our people back home. This is what is going on. So those of who are in Molut, Rang, Baliet, if you did not hear it, what is going on in Akoga, please, there is a serious case. Those they have been told by UN to go back, but they are still in territory, loitering around. So please, let the people know. But we are telling our cousins or brothers to stay away from causing another security in the area. We've been having a peace since the start of this year, and you cannot start it over again. So that's one of the reasons we're coming today. We are also advise the people of Maban community by coming to condemning and threat Malut community because they want to have a peace with the Longshuk County. You guys need to stay away from this rhetoric by threatening people. Because if the two sign the peace, later you may be adding to that peace. Why you are crying on the social media, try to betray people. So that is another thing that we want to tell you. You need to be very careful enough. We are not there for the land. We were there for the Longshuk people because they have an anger. And I am going to read that later. I'm glad one of the guy came here from Maban, those who were making rhetoric last week. And let me check Benyabiel and then.
Yeah, while you are checking, let me just say something. First of all, I would like to welcome you, the audience here in Facebook, StreamYard, as well as those who are listening to us in Clubhouse. The purpose of this particular show is to send out the message of awareness to our people in the area. When we have confirmed kind of this security threat, that the White Army organized themselves and they have attempted actually to attack the county of Bakoga, particularly for purpose of the looting, killing innocent people. That is a concern. It's a concern for all of us with the citizen of that area. It's also a concern to the greater Upper Nile people because security that affects any part of the county should not be taken lightly. That's why we came to this show and also to the clubhouse to send a message of awareness and also to call upon our neighbors that there is a need for peace and calm among the communities. If there are people that actually commanding White Army, they have a contact with the White Army, they should be informed that the people of Jieng Padang are for peace, that if there's hunger in the area, they should not use force to go and loot, but they should come as a mean of buying if there is a commodity that can be found in this area in Akoga or in Balid or in Malut or in Drang. It is very important. We should have a, a common market, a market where you come and sell your cows, and we can go and buy from you if there's intended that in case we need something. But using a violence as a mean of coming to loot, and that within the looting, there might be a killing of innocent people because you are going there by force, and that's what brought us to this platform today. Our people have suffered enough, and I want also to acknowledge that the message we have received, that the leadership in Upper Nile State have reached out to them and sent a message of calm and returning back, that there should be no need for you to go and use force and loot. They have talked to the spiritual leader that is claiming to be the leader of this white army, that is encouraging the lawless to go to lawless in the state, to go and loot property of people of Jieng Padang. And some of them might have actually responded positively, but still is a concern because there are some remnants that might not hear the message that was sent to them. We also heard that Dr. Machar have reached out to the governor of the SPLM, IO, because it came under his ticket, and that's what have taken place. We want to encourage the peaceful atmosphere whereby we can trade among ourselves as before. Why should we resort into the use of violence when it should not be needed? This is the part of this message. So the dialogue of peace and reconciliation is very important. Let me also make a remark regarding the recent peace deal between Malut, Greater Malut communities and Longachuk. We have seen the leaders of the sub-communities and the leaders of both communities, including the politician. Among them was the governor of Upper Nile State, because most importantly, what can bring peace should be encouraged by either side. And that's why we support that peace. We support that deal between the two communities, that they should trade among themselves, that they should exchange goods. The road should be open, whereby people in Malut can go to Longachuk and sell the commodity. The same thing, people from Longachuk can come to Greater Malut and sell and buy the commodity and buy some goods and services that are meant to be there. Within that peace agreement that was done, there was a proposed place that need to be constructed as a center for business, a marketplace. Now, our neighboring counties, Maban, came to the social media and condemned that notion of peace agreement. They are condemning and they are threatening people of Greater Malut, that is including the old Jieng Padang, that they may use force and use rally the youth, to destabilize this peace. That's why we will have to respond to it. And we have actually came to the room and advised them, Jamara, this language of threatening cannot be condoned by the people of Jieng Padang. First of all, it was for goodwill that our people have reached out to those of Longachuk, and they have accepted the peace and reconciliation among the community. They accepted a peaceful coexisting between these two communities. And they have also accepted the construction of this joint market. Within that joint market, I don't think will be only these two communities that will benefit from it. The community of this greater Upper Nile will benefit from this joint market, including the people of Maban. Now, it is the fact that they are the neighbors of Malut and they were not included, that should not be used as a tool to send out a message of threatening the life of people. This alone, we have to condemn it as a leader of Jieng Padang. That language of threatening cannot be condoned when we are in peace and atmosphere of coexistence. We are not here to encourage people to go to violence. If they think that this land is a contested area, why should they be using a threat to threaten the life of people? And that's why we advise the leaders of Maban here in diaspora to take a conciliation tune of reconciliation, a tune of peaceful atmosphere, a tone of two communities coming together. I believe that they will be included into this market, because if there's a market that will benefit not only the people of Malut, all the people even from other 9 counties from Greater Upper Nile can benefit from it. So this is what we wanted. We want actually to develop our areas so that they can trade among themselves, so that the language of conflict should be avoided. Our message to you, the people of Maban, if you have a concern about the area that was chosen to be the market, that we are accusing people of grabbing the land has not been grabbed. If you say it is a contested, that means it has not been grabbed. You are not even sure that the land belongs to you. Therefore, you cannot just come to the social media and try to rally and spread the message of untruthful message to the people of South Sudan when the facts are there. Let us use a mean of peace and reconciliation. Let us mean a language of saying Ajamana of people of Malut. We live there for long together. We've been coexisting for long without the conflict. And if Maban thing or you guys think that the land belongs to you, let us present the facts and the truth. And only the truth and the fact that can resolve these issues that are arising. So, Ben Wilson, this is what I just want to say about responding to them. As we did it before, advising them that let us only speak of what went wrong. If you need to be included in that market, of course, I think the leaders of these two communities will accept the fact that they cannot trade among themselves without including other neighbors. And it is a legitimate call that we need to be also benefit from the market, because you may have a goods to come and sell commodity, and the same thing our people may have a commodity, a good that can also buy from Maban, and Maban can buy from us. So this is our language. There is a language of telling you to stop spreading lies. The area does not belong to Maban. The area was proposed there because it's the area of the Greater Malut community, and this is what the leaders of this community believe, and this is what we want to send the message to people of South Sudan, that there's nothing about the contested area. It is contested. I think there's nothing a hiding agenda that the two communities has. What they have is a goodwill among them, that they need to trade between the communities, and they want to have a peace, because the cycle of war and conflict should be stopped. Thank you, Wilson, and you can add what you want to.
All right. Thank you, guys, for those who are watching in Clubhouse. We are here on Facebook Live, and we put it on Clubhouse. The Facebook Live, because we got a lot of followers or people whom we want to send message to. Message is two message. One message, as you read in the Facebook, is a breaking news, but in the Clubhouse, it's security concern. But you know that the Clubhouse had no more space. But here in the Facebook, we are talking for two topics. One topic, it was the Nuer White Army of Nasser and Ulang. They came on Tuesday and Friday in Akoka County with the magician. You know the Nuer are obsessed with something to do with magic. So there is one young guy claimed to be a self-prophet who lead this white army to come and loot the Dura and cows. So what happened, the people report to the Apernal headquarters, to the governor. So the governor talked to UN, and UN provide helicopter. Governor sent people to go and talk to them. To return, they were asked, why you coming? They say they are hungry, they need something to take. They say, why you come by force? What are you going to do? Why do you want to jeopardize the peace? So they were told, some left, some are still on the territory of Akoka County as we speak. Riek Machar was told, you are the mother or father of the White Army. Look, they are coming from Nasir and Ulang to come and attack Jieng Padang in a place called Akoka. I think they come 2021, they attacked twice. They took Dura and they took some cattle. That was last year. So they think there will be the same thing. So that's one of the reasons we come to give an awareness to people that you cannot trust these so-called Nuer people. They always, a few individual among them will have their own interests to jeopardize the entire Nuer community. Now, if you're talking about Nuer, there is no Dinka in the Nuer land as we speak, but there are Nuer in a Dinka Padang County as we speak. Some are in Baliet, those who ran away, the same county they came from, those who ran away from Nasir and Ulang in 2017 because they were fight to themselves. So one section came and housed in Baliet. Leave alone the business, leave alone the people working in Malakal, leave alone the people in Baliet, leave alone the people working in oil field in Polo. Now, it's the same mistake happened on 2021 when they came to buy a jack in Malut and attack people, killing people. Later, the angry people who their people were killed go and kill another innocent Nuer. Why people don't learn the message? So our message is here to the Nuer leadership here in the Western world. Those who are still preaching on the social media, they have a problem with the Dinka government and all this, because this is what they had. While Riek Machar is in the government in Juba. So that is one thing that we are talking to today, to send a message to the Nuer leader in Juba. In fact, the beneficiary of this government we have, whether in Apernal or a federal government of Salva Kiir, those of Nasir have a good share. They have a two ministerial in the government, in the government of Kiir. A minister of petroleum come from the same area of Nasir, while the petroleum is not in Nasir. And minister of labor, James Hosmai, is from Nasir. So they have a two minister within the government of Salva Kiir. Why they don't respect this? If in case they are hungry, why they don't cultivate? There is no war in the Netherlands in 2017. They should need to cultivate their land and have a food to eat. So that's one of the reasons that we are talking to telling them, let them stop this so self-claim, because I know when somebody self-claim prophet or magician, a magician person, it will mislead a lot of Nuer. So that's one of the reasons he's telling them that he see a lot of Bagar or Dura, Filen, Betadenga. So it's the time God telling him to go and grab all these things. Jama, these are nonsense. They need to be stopped. So that's one of the reasons. Come to our Maban County brothers, whom we were been together for a long time, up to today. Maban and Malut County, or people of Padang in general, they were the group that left in peace. Yes, there were a fight in 2017, and later was a control. And we told them, please, even though you killed general, if there is a land issue, we will talk about it. Waniga come in, they took all the document, and the government will decide. But the bad thing, you guys know, the government of Salva Kiir whenever they came and assessed and took all a report from both sides, they will go and sit with it for a long time and they will not come back to people. So last week, the people of Longashuk, who are far east of is another county, predominant by the Nuer Gaja, they came to Malus community leader and Ninaira. They say, we are so hungry, so you guys, we need to do something. We need to come and set up some peaceful movement so we can have our people to come and buy Dura. You guys know that Jieng Padang, we are very cultivation people, farmer. So we still now even Shualbita, Renaida Mashi somewhere in some other state, but in our area, Shualbita Dura is still 40,000 pounds. So that was one of the reasons, and I am going to read the letter. But within that, a piece by the two community leaders, the Maban people just jump up from nowhere, condemning, writing a letter. They did like 4 shows. And this is what I want to tell those of Jabril and Arun. The social media will not be a solution. We know how it provokes the things. Because for you to come on a social media 4 times, and we told you last time, talk to your leader on the ground why they were not involved in that issue, but you guys are not listening, you are threatening people. Your voice have been heard out from Malut and from all the corner of Padang. And I am going to play one voice of you guys that you threaten people. And this notion of threatening people is not going to be received back home very good. People are upset with the way you are doing it. Because having peace with Longashuk people, nothing to do with Maban. If these 2 counties came because they have anger issue, and I'm going to read the letter why they came for. Hold on. Let me go back to the ground.
Yeah, for those who want to come up in Clubhouse and say something, you will be given a chance to come because they want to actually debate and without threatening. If let us just send out the message and wait, listen patiently. When given a time, you will be able to come and say it, what you want to say. Just Ben Wilson, well, go ahead.
I am going to read a letter between the 2 communities who signed the peace where the Maban came in and condemned that one. So it's a short letter, I think some kind of memorandum of understanding. They say the program of assessment of hunger and refunding of the route or road for peaceful movement of people, commercial goods between Malut and Longashuk counties. You know, Malut and Longashuk counties, two counties. And the reason was they want to open the road and peaceful movement because there is a hunger in that county. Another one, the program and the time frame was Friday, July 15, 2020. Take off and arrive in Paluch and receive at 3 a.m. the dinner and accommodation security brief by the local authority in Malut County, 5 p.m. Briefly to the chief and traditional. The chief of Malut were called and traditional. And you guys know that between us and Nuer, we still have a caution. There is no big trust. These people, they've been constantly attacking people for a long time. So the elders, the chief and everybody had to be included, whether they will come into the term of this, I will call it humanitarian, because this county are now people are leaving the county. There is no food to eat. So if there are food in Poland, where people have a dura of last year, why we don't open the road and have it peaceful? That's what was actually basically it done for. So they traveled to Gwelguk on May 16, Saturday. The group of those 2 commissioners, including the governor of Upper Nile and 2 community leaders, they went to a place called Gwelguk. They briefed of the Nuer community IDF in Pan Nyanwel or Adar. There are also Nuer IDF in that territory of ours. And that's why we were upset before when there are another Nuer coming to attack people while the Nuer are living in the same land of the Jieng Padang. How complicated is that? They went to that Panyalwel, Unamom, Payam, and they arrived in Malut. They were sent back to Malut. So basically, those community, it is kind of humanitarian, peaceful. People can move. People can come from Longshuk to come and buy something. So what happened? They set up the market area in a place called Wilgook to be a ticking point where people will meet, because we don't want to bring them in while there are some ID within the area. So it will be so insecure, or if problem happen like the problem that we were about to be provoked on Friday, that could turn ugly. So that was the letter, ya Jama. So now why the Mabanis are threatening people? I'm going to play one of the voice here. Biel, if you are hearing it, let me know. Are you hearing it?
Yes.
يعني اصاب بتاع السلام ما لونجو نانتم اصاب بتاعنا ده بروح على المشكله انا كجبريل بشوف على المشكله دندن ميتنجنا لان فجوا ميتنجنا فجوا رئيس الجمهوريه هيجي وجول بوصل لرئيس الجمهوريه انه ده منطقه متنازل الله ده this is a disputed land حل بتوع ما جابوا لسه ليه اكون بجوبا يكل استبنديه ويعمل زي على كيفه انا اكون يا مسؤول أنا من 2017 وقمنا حرب قلنا يا جماعة كلام ده يعملوا community two community they will sit down and solve it حكومة بكون باينة لكن طالما حكومة حتى ده بيشوب وستيفن ديو سانيج يعمل سوق ما يسمى سوق وتم سوق كبير أي هو كيمو بان نجيب كلنا مالنا وأنسى ما يما قوات MP وغير ما نسوي الناس ما يلمي يجب الدكتور إيه لازم نرجع ورا لمبان 660 مبان بتاع 65 مبان 60 احنا كان ما وجودنا احنا كان وجودنا كان كويس حتى نورنا مانينا حرمناه قبل كده حتى ما جت سلام بتاعتهم كويس اللي عملوه في الستينات فإيه لو نقول انه SPLM ايو وقيامه ما بيهلكوا بقعدين غير ده بتاعت انه كل اسيره عينها في اسيره ثانيه even within the Dingo within the Dingo انت بتشوف انه مساكنين كابيين بيقوم بيعمل حرب طبعا وده كندينكو حكومه ما شغالكم انت هنا بتقول لنا حكومه شنو حكومه ما بيشتغل باراضي بتاع الناس لو هي دي بس بتكمل يا أزمة فلسطينيين كل دبابة بحديد دبابة بجراو بأجل مشكلة بتاع أراضي ده أنت ما تدير لك سلاح حتى لو كلنا يعني استبنديو ما هو الراجل معروف زينا يعني شنو يعني استبنديو ده من ما اقبل كم زي ما نينا عندنا دم لأن أنا عارف ما يجي ما أنا أشوفه كله من قبل ما كل يوم ما يوم باوي من قبل ما نقول كنا وإذن لو درنا ما إنه معنا ما يكون مشكلة including Uncle Secretary making us ما بيجي لي حاجة سوى كيف مبان بنحصل الكتاب إحنا لازم نبدأ من مبان تاني نرجع نكون مبان تاني مبان البيروت لكن بين نروت لكن جاكوا دكتور يا أبوك جاكوا إنجازات في وقت ده ما درن إنجازات يجي لازم هو يعطي كان مبان بيشيله بنوت لاستبديو وأولاد معه لأن استبنديو ده هو براو يا بجاج المنطق استبنديو يا بجاج المنطق even within the ملوك روس ملوك كل ده في عشان كده هو عامل فوضى وكمان أحسن حاجة لو إن قاعد نتندر إنه في يسوع تاني جاي يعرف المنطقة ده خلاص ما في يسوع بيجي بمشكلة ده مبان يسوع بيجي بمشكلة العالم كله ما مشكلة بتاعنا باين لو دايرين حقائق انسى ما يمكن ابدا من 30 سنه ده كله وهم انا ما عندي ميكت they don't have the guts to stand up زمان نحن بنرجع زمان كما الناس وين سيد نكن كما الناس ده ما مرجبه نكن ديل يا رجال ديل رجال يعني الرجال كان ويجوا اجي بقولوا ويجوا حتى في الصادن ما بان لو كان لما ناس دي كان شالوا الورطة كمان ده لكن ملين نين رجعنا وين يعني هنرجع دمازين ولا نرجع وين كل مرة أراد بيشيلوا هننا نرجع وين يعني هنرجع وين بكلام ده يعني جيب بيل ده أنا ما شغال بو أنا ما شغال بفلوس ولا غياب أنا ده كله يوم دومي وكلام فاي.
All right, Benjamin, that's the last for Jabril. Ya Jama, the reason we are playing the voice, there are another voice thread from Arun. Jabril, we are not surprised when you come from SPLM, SPLA background, no SPLM IO background. It is not somebody like that cannot be taken easy. Jabril and Pelemon, these are the people who divided Maban last year. You guys hear that Maban fight themselves. The group with IG and group with IO, heading by the same man who was speaking. They fight themselves, they kill people. Now, in order to become a good guy, he wants to trick another war between Malut and Maban County. So that could clean him up, that he become now as somebody who is patriot toward Maban. But it is the Maban of our Lombardi, Khalim Maban Shahil Nefusum, Ketel Nefusum. Anira Darin Nasbet Le Jinubin, and Nas social media. And we already have an example, such a language in the social media lead into some other people war. That's what lead into the war of the Boer cattle with the Equatoria. The same thing, what happened between Abiy and Tuj, it was provoked by the social media people. Because there are some people who use the social media for good, and there are some people who are using the social media for bad, negatively, to create problems between community. So we are telling you, the community leader in Malut, the governors, the commissioner, they have contact with your community. Stop, Umbari, you have a show. The same, you wrote a letter condemning, you try to betray our leader, who is the leader community of Malut County. He's the problem. He's not a problem. He's not in authority. He's the community leader, but that kind of agreement between Longshuk County and Malut, the governor was involved. The former governor of the Ola Prenal, what they call it, Bishop, Doug Bishop, was there as an elders of Gajak. So what is wrong here, ya Jinubin? Lo finna dairin yamul salam bejai, finna meshi jam medua betalen, there lakbat yani sin bala. It is how people provoking, and they have a lot of language here threatening people of Malut. Mindana windana tang, windana shabab, windana shunu, and in hanishakil, tashakil kid. Gadiya gadamul lekir men last year. So we are waiting for that Gadiya to be happening. Shuna saintu masajilin darin yani takhallak al mashakil fi nusina. But that was one of the reasons, ya Benjabil, or those who are listening to us. These are the two topics. White Army came on Thursday, Friday, lead by the self-claim to be a prophet, to attack the Akoka County in Upper Nile. Predominantly, it is Jieng Padang County. So people in the weekend, they are still somewhere, still loitering around, but the UN involved and told them to return back. Riek Machar was informed because he's the father of the White Army. If he want to see another fight in Upper Nile, let them go back. So those are the two topics, Benjabil. I think I will stop here. You want to add something? If there are people in Clubhouse, we will give 5 to 3 people a chance, and then we can close.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben Wilson Well, for the remark that you have given the people of South Sudan. I think that is the reason why we are speaking in a language that will be understood by our neighbors, the community in Great Upper Nile, and the people of South Sudan. The call for peace and tranquility in the Republic of South Sudan should all be encouraged by the people. The language of using violence and force to send your message should be discouraged. by the people if you are actually interested in a peaceful coexistence. That's why we came out this morning. We say, Jamana, if there is something that was done and the Maban community was not happy about it, there's a way of calling or hearing your concern that can be heard, whether contacting us and you know very well that the leaders of Padang are here as well. You could have reached out to me, Ben Wilson, and say, Jamana, this is what we have heard. There was a peace agreement, and we are not happy about what happened, what have taken place. The area was a contested area, and the case has not been resolved. Therefore, my band position is that we need this issue to be resolved before the construction of a joint market between the two communities. That language can be understood, because there's nothing wrong about you expressing your dissatisfaction about what has taken place. But when you include a threat, when you include a threat of Yajamana, the youth as to be rally organized to go and attack the people, destabilize the security of those communities. When you use that kind of language, that actually have crossed the purpose of your dissatisfaction, that means you actually decree a war between these communities. And that cannot be just heard and not to be responded. We came to respond to our brothers of Maban. Jibril, I know him very well, is a man that we been engaged a lot of issues here in social media. The person that I don't know is Arun and the rest. Even if we disagree politically, when it comes to the social coexistence between the communities, the interest of living together is more important than waging a war. Unless if we say, Jaman, we have tried all means and the issue has not been resolved, therefore we have to resort into the war as a last resort or last option. But the language that you use, Brother Jibril, none of us can accept that language, because it's not right for a man of your caliber to use that language of that let Maban unite and wage a war because of the issue. My last remark is that there's nothing wrong about having a joint market between the community. The joint market between the community will benefit the both communities, the two communities that have signed, and later on, the Maban might be added into this agreement. The people of Akoga can be added to this agreement. The people of Valiet, the people in Malakal, the people in other counties, Rang, can be added to the agreement. Because everything is start one step at a time. Here there's what they call NAFTA. NAFTA in North America trade agreement was established by the two countries and now expanding. The same thing on NATO. NATO was established between the two nations and has continued to expand because they see the benefit that the countries are gaining from having the joint market agreement. So if the people of Maluth and Longwachuk have decided that Jamana, we have to trade among our communities, I do believe that notion could have been accepted. And then later on, they can reach out to Mabana, Jamana, yes, we now establish the joint market, therefore we can bring another counties to the same agreement. Having a memorandum of understanding that there should not be use of violence. The road could be open for the trade, because there's no community that does not know who actually the bad entity among the communities. If there are some bad entities that can use this road to attack people, they can be identified, and that's why those people that have included the chief, because the chief has a good role and responsibility to the community. And even before for the creation of Sudan, people used to be led by the chief, whether in Dinka land or in Maban or in other Nuer communities as well. And they have a high responsibility. They are respected within the communities because they are chosen based on their characters, based on their willingness to serve their people, and they can identify who are the bad elements that can actually destabilize the communities. So what these two communities have done, involving the politician, involving the chiefs, so that they can trade among themselves, I think that was a good thing to be accepted. Now let me make a comment about this white army that actually attempted to attack the people of Bakoga. We know that the main purpose is to go and loot and destroy the property of those counties, like what happened last year. This alone, we have people from those two communities, the Nasser and Ulang, that we need to engage our people in the ground. I know that the people of Balid and people of Ulang had a peace accord that they signed, and now we have people from the Nuer, from the Ulang, that are actually, most of them, even from Law, is staying in a Balid territory without any issues. The same thing can be done by those who actually want to take the law into their own hands and use a mean of looting and killing people. Our languages are the leaders of the community from across Jieng Padang is that we are for peaceful coexistence among our counties and communities in Upper Nile State. Yes, there must be some element that youth need to take this land into their own hand, but that is not the whole community. So those elements need to be identified. And the fact that Dr. Riek Machar have reached out to the Asylum IO governor in Upper Nile State, and they have taken the initiative of going to them and actually addressing them that this is not the way of living. This is the way of looting. It's not the way of surviving. If you have nothing in your area, let us open the way of let us have the way of trade. You have your cattle, go and sell them, buy what you wanted. If we lacking cattle, we can go and buy them. The same thing based, between the communities. So this is the purpose of it. And we have seen here, we have not even said, let us, organize ourselves. But of course, the people of these two communities, the people of this Jieng Padang, they can only be organized in terms of self-defending themselves. If there's aggression coming outside, like what the White Army attempted to do. This is accurate information. We did not come here just to spread lies. We did not come here to spread unfounded information. It is a concern, and it's a concern that we want people to be aware about it. The third thing is about the boy Ronyang. That we have addressed it before. It is also a concern of a threat to our people, because the intention is to cause chaos and instability in the area cannot be also condoned and accepted. So our communities has to be very vigilant, whether the threat coming from the rebellions, the rebels, or threat coming from unlawful civilians that want to take the law into their own hand and go and loot people's properties and kill innocent people. You always have to be very vigilant. Yes, they have been told to go back, but even though they have been told to go back, there might be some remnant that want to actually go and achieve the objective of looting the property. So the people of Bali, the people of Koga, the people of Malut, the people of Rang, be vigilant and know that your community may be attacked, not because people want it, but because they want something from that area. And that's why we don't want it. And that's why we are supporting the peace deal, the proposed joint market between the communities. That all will add some of these counties including the counties of Jieng and Padang, the counties like Rang, the counties like, Akoga, the counties like Balit, the counties like Longachuk, the county like Wulang, the county in the western bank of the Nile, Manyo, and the rest, can be added into the joint market where people can trade commodities among themselves so that our civilians can live peacefully. The language of war should be stopped. And I want to advise Brother Arun, do not spread lies. You've been accusing our community that have grabbed the land of Chola, which is totally unfound. And we cannot sit here to just read your comment and not respond to it. Please stick to your issue of Maban. Do not rally other communities behind you so that you'll have the same cause. I know that people of Maban, mostly, they've been supporting people of Chola because of the political alliance without understanding the issue of the land dispute that's been happening between these two communities, the Jieng Padang, especially the people of Ngok and Dongjol. This is a message to you. Do not just go and grab anything there and brought it into discussion. We have talked about this issue for long, and our communities are confident enough, the Jieng Padangs are confident enough that if this case was taken into the court, whether it's the case, the issue of Malut and Maban, that is, you guys are trying to bring it forward as it was done, I believe that the people of Jieng Padang will come up victorious because they have not been grabbing anybody's land. They are living in their territories, the ancestral land, and we will not use the violence. We will use only a legal mechanism that we can resolve this kind of nature. Even if we call the local chief and come and sit down and define the boundary between this two community, I believe this issue can be resolved. But while before I open the floor in Clubhouse, this is what I just want to conclude my remark, that peaceful coexistence, understanding among the community is very important. The security threat is real, it's not fiction. So let us be able to know that. Thank you. If you want to ask something, then I will open the
Yeah, I am going to play another voice because Kiga Tauki Tenka Wer Maban, which was another voice threat by Arun. Arun. Arun, by the way, his name came from us. So with Arun Lual, I think his family connection with this, and that's where the name came from. Arun himself should be a person that will be concerned if he provoked the war because there is a blood relationship. So I am going to play the voice of Arun. And now he's in Clubhouse.
Whatever that think from northern areas.
I don't know.
Special Malut area and college areas, we cannot.
Are you listening now?
No more. So you better go back to your lands and go check the market value of your land. So maybe from check the marketplace, you can make it in a Godit area or Polish or Malut areas. It's okay to find with that. So you can go make your market over there, do your business with the local people over there. We don't have no problem with that. But you can't just go to the Maban lands and kill the cows over there. Tell this land is my land.
So
know what's up that what happened in 2017, so you already know that. And when James Wana Egan came, actually they used the GPS. The GPS have to identify the land and who is the owner of the land. Even the GPS when they put it seen from Polish all the way to Gori, and even the GPS was already located themselves. So the GPS already was telling them this area is from Brun. Brun is which is Maban. Okay, these are different names. Maban and the original name is Brun. Okay, so I don't know why this community, special body in Polish and Malut, why they driving people crazy like this. So what happened here? This is the point that I'm going to make it here today to be clear to them. So if they're going to combine themselves with the Nuer of the Nuer from the Lubucho. So we can communicate with Junction Woolen because Junction Woolen she also have some technical issues about the land issue. So I think we will be fine with that. So we will be fine with that. So we can make an alliance in Northern United States. So from there, so we can know exactly how. So who will be the victim? But I know that for sure that civilian data are going to be a victim.
It's not clear. So
Hold on, let me stop it and then see. Let me do this.
I think what will happen later on when we close the StreamYard and focus on the clubhouse, that may be actually maybe much very clear, because we may close down the live show in StreamYard, Facebook, and will be mostly in clubhouse.
Okay.
People are started to come.
Here is what I will say. Taman, he's talking about if that the reason we make an allies with the Nuer, they are going to make allies with Wulong, Shuluk, and we will fight you. I don't know where the fight comes here, because what the Malut community and Longashuk did was to sign a marketing movement, because the Jama Nuer who use Taban now, the official border with the North Sudan, Nuer have no border with the North Sudan in Upper Nile. It is Maban in the east having border with the Blue Nile, and it is we, the Rang people, which is a section of Padang, who have been border with those of Jalaba. So Nuer now seen the separation and seen their behavior. They don't have that privilege that they used to be people who were fighting side by side with United. So the border now has been controlled by the owners. So those Nuer who are close to us, they going to Ethiopia is a little far than coming to the far north. But because of Mashakil, Nuer cannot access the North Sudan like the way they used to do when we were one country. The same thing for Baratani with Ashiluk. The Shiluk Yawa in the border ma Arab Tijabat at coast or Maganis, I mean. So Nuer is left in the middle here. The easily border that Nuer can go is Ethiopia. But for you, Yarun, to allies with Wulong and then fight us, Jieng Padang. And the reason we are playing it, you are going to be responsible with your threat. If anything happen in between these two counties, you and Jabril are in the lease of the government, lease of the community. You are the people who want to provoke the war. Because these two communities were talking to sign some piece of a movement where they can come and buy the thing. But because you were left out, you jump in and threaten people. As part you went and say last time you organized your youth, they're going to take a law. So we bring this like Ginubin with our social media. So if anything happen, you will know who are the causative of the problem. And thank the social media nowadays will keep the record. So when people go back, you will be accountable to what you say. Okay, so I will stop here, Benyabiel. I think you can also bring me up in the clubhouse and bring two people at one time, and then we will see if there are people who want to come in Facebook. I don't know, but we're going to close the Facebook because it's 11 up to 11:30 from my time, 10:30 from Abiel. We may be done, and or 11:40 for somewhere there. So these are the two messages. You hear the voice of Maban. Maban is two young Maban. One is old guy, one is young. The way they behave. Yani allies with Wulong, I believe that they have connection with the NAS. Because they never talked like this before. So when you talk like that, you have something. By organizing your youth and all these things, you're going to attack people on Malut. if you are with Wulong, mean that you are with the Nas that who are loitering around.
You invite, you can come up.
All right.
Also, Jibril, you raise your hand, I probably you can come up. Let me say this. We are not here to cause chaos or spread some lies. It is a fact that you can condemn whatever John Market you are saying, but you should not use the language of threat of these two communities, especially the community of Malut. That is what brought the agreement with you, the people of Maban. Why don't we use a language of peace that that your message can be heard, and that the intention of this responding to your message that you have done condemnation. If you are dissatisfied with with the agreement that was done between the communities, then the language of threat and rallying the youth to go and attack people of Malut cannot be condoned by the leaders of Jieng Padang here. And that's what actually would the center of our response to your condemnation. If it's a matter of saying that it was done in a area that is contested, also you cannot use the threat of saying that we will organize our youth will go and ally with Johnson Only. We has his own objective fighting. When people in Malut and Longchuk signed an agreement, there was no security agreement that was done that let us form a unified security or a unified force among the community to fight anybody. I think that language was not there. And people like Harun have actually totally wrong about saying such a thing. Yes, you can go and form a line with the Johnson Ulin and come and fight the people of Jieng Padang, but we'll always be fighting in self-defense whatsoever. So, when you say, well, I think you are not coming up, but the person that came up here is Brother Jibril.
And checking Jamiel get it and I them she no quick penalty. I don't know.
You get out and you can come back.
Yeah, okay.
So while we are waiting, I will give a chance to Jibril.
Yeah, and Japan back Tani, get it in Jabril.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, Jibril.
Is it my turn?
Yes, please, it's your turn.
Did he hear the topic we are talking about it?
He was listening. He was down since the beginning. So.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible.
You are clear.
Yeah, at first I greet fellow Junubit who are and the audience down there.
I don't think you're coming.
Who?
One thing
You're not
I would
accepting.
like to start.
And I can be
If you limit yourself, one thing I would like to start, I want to restate what Brother Wilson said before I go to my argument. Wilson said, I don't trust the so-called peace with so-called Nuer people. That is Wilson is saying this. He did not say Maban. He said, I don't trust the so-called peace with so-called people, Nuer. That big kalam tani. Ana ma ya put the Wilson ya got kalam. He's the one who said this. Here is the thing, brother Abiel, we are a sisterly community people. We don't have issues with the Padang. By the way, you are very far from us. You are from Dongle. You are very far from this crisis we have. And if you talk of Padang, right now, Abia is part of Padang and is going through. Padang leaders never come out and condemn what happened. But because you're condemning this because we are Mabanis, that is okay. Now, you coordinate your action here as Padang leaders to condemn us. And you condemn us wrongly. Listen careless. You have to take it serious and record it 1,000 times. Because this issue is the issue of land. We're not against Malut, but they are against us. They are against us. And the reason is this. Our community leadership has promoted their condemnation right there in Juba. They rejected the so-called joint land grabbing. I call it a joint land grabbing. And we don't want that, okay? If they want to make a peace between Lumacho and Maluk, so be it. We don't care about that. But you cannot come to somebody's house and celebrate the events without telling him. This is our concern. The land that they nicknamed it, what land was nicknamed it, but we have, this land is within the Moban land, and he would dispute it. Our people said, okay, let us listen to President Kiir. And President Kiir sent a delegate by the first vice president. He went there in 2017 and landed. When he landed, people of Moban, because we are so law-abiding people, we said, Yajama, let us seize the fire, let us listen to our leadership. They went along, they took documents, both communities. Right now, since that happened, our people never raised any complaint against the land, because they know the government will do its best to solve the problem. If the land is rewarded to not the Padang as whole, let's be objective here. We're talking about Nil community, not Padang as whole. Our problem is with Nil, not Padang. Padang is so big with us. Padang is there in Bayang. Padang is there in Abyei. They don't have issue with us. Let us be serious with this. Don't bring Padang in to mobilize Padang with Mobani's name. No. We are a peaceful people. We don't have issues with Padang at all. Our problem is the land. Let me go back to my point. When this issue will resolve, our people say, okay, President Kiir, okay, let us stop the war. They immediately stop the war. Me, myself, whom we blame here, I engage with community that say, let us stop. Our people, we were one people. We cannot fight. Since the leadership have spoken, let us not go and create problem again. Myself, you blamed me. I dedicate my time to convince my people that no, we cannot fight anymore because the leadership have spoken and they will bring a solution. So if this land is believed to be happen to be legal land, so be it. We are the white people, no problem. But here is the thing: when those of Stephen, you and that bishop, when they brought this, they came from Juba. We have 4 MPs in Juba. They did not tell them. That's number one. When they came, we have Minister of Information in the state of Upper Nile, which is happened to be Ubanis. When Governor flew to this area, he did not belong along. He did not bring this guy along with him. That is also one area. When they came, they did not even inform the commissioner of the Mobile land. They did not call them. So they came, the very land that was that killed people, both the Dinkas and the Mobile, they want to make market on that land. How do that sound? Is that sound like you mobilizing Padang for us? I don't think so. Padang is not our enemy. Our enemy is Stephen Dew, Run, who happens to be like Bonamalol in Abyei, who creating community problem. Our problem is Stephen Dew and Rule, who want to take our land pillars and nowhere like that bishop. They came here, the pretext, and take this word seriously. The pretext was we're going to make a market. That was not a market. The aim was to take Banmaobit, which is they named it Baguk. That is essentially a Mabani's land. Take it seriously. There is no county. We in Upper Nile State, we have 13 counties. Now when they came here in this, the so-called market, they said the MPs from Bulguk County, where on earth we did not know the plan, but the plan is so very obvious. And if you, Brother Abid, you join your brothers without you asking a big question, then your claim of your Melkal being taken is not serious. Because you should ask them question. Anybody today across South Sudan who wants to take the land of anybody is an enemy to the people of South Sudan. And I'm serious with my word. The word that you listen, me saying that in video, I mean it. If we are not fighting the Dinkas, or not all the Dinkas, they Stephen Dew and his family, they want to come and grab our land, there will be fight. Take it or leave it, there will be fight. Let Wilson record across the time. If you want to record my voice, let him record it. We're not going to their land. They're the one who came to our land, and they want to take it by the boss, by the confusion, because they have upper hand in the government, because they are confused the system in South Sudan. So therefore, we people like Maban, we have no anybody in the high office so that they can take our land without us knowing it. But guess what? Our people have spoken. Wilson can only record me, but there are thousands of Maban. They are against this idea, and I believe the people of Malut, the good people of Malut, the good people of Rang will stand with us because we are not trusting them at all. Like Wilson said, that the number one enemy is North, and Wilson should stick to that. Wilson said in his word right now, few minutes ago, he said that the number one enemy is North, and he should stick to that.
Let me ask him a question.
They are the one who come to Moban land and they want to grab our land, and we fought. And when we fought, the community leadership, both the people in Malut and Moban, they have cautioned themselves in James again. And the result is there not to be published. So now, is Stephen Dew coming with that claiming that they want to make a market in the very place. This is not the place. This is not the same case we're hearing in Anet. This is not the same case. If you want to support your community based on lies, then you can take it. But we are not against Padang. If Padang want to respond, Padang have bigger issues than responding to us. We are a community that is marginalized to zero. In South Sudan, we are the community that has been marginalized to zero. And if Padang is strong enough, have leadership like this, they should rise up and address Abiy problem. So that Abiy can at least have a peace, and we together as people of South Sudan should rally Abiy to come back. Instead of you coming here and saying that we, the Padang leadership, we want to respond to Maban. For what? We are not trust you. We are just saying that we believe what President Kiir have said, and that's the roadmap to solve the problem. Order of the president. And whoever violates the order, he is a criminal.
Jibril, can you stop? Yeah. Can you stop with you? Please wrap up your point so we can respond to some of your calls.
Yeah. And last and not the least.
I have a question for you, Jibril.
You know that Wilson is trying to
Jibril.
so that he have a ground. But
Jibril.
our people right there in Malut, there is a division. There is
Jibril.
people saying that they don't want market to be in this place. This place was believed to be
Jibril.
and they want to see
Yeah,
the solution to the problem.
Okay.
And that's where we stand for. We want to see the solution. Let them take it.
I think because you turn it down several times, I think you have to go back and come. I don't know. Can you invite Ben Wilson to come up? Because I tried. He's not able to come up. I think because you turn it down several times. So let me say this, Jibril. Yeah, you can mute yourself. Okay. You're trying to bring the issue of Abiy, in which actually we have responded. Wait, just wait. Let me respond. Yeah, when Wilson you came up, the issue of Abiy, I think we have responded. Even the leadership in Juba have responded, condemning what's happening in Abiy. that those two communities, they've been living together side by side for years. And the voice, when we speak here, we speak the same the voice that of people in Juba have spoken, because it is the same leadership. So we are not neglecting our people, and there's the same thing that Tawfiq have said here, that those of BL, they are not even helping people of BA to fight in Syria. You don't know what Padang leadership here in that have done to people of BA, the contribution that they have made to people of BA fighting the Syria that you are saying. It did not just, the fighting of Syria did not just start recently. We have been standing together with them, we have been supporting them in a way that the community stand together. Even the leadership of BA here in Canada, they can contest to our contribution, to our commitment to them, that we are one people, we are one community. And we also said in some of the show that the position of Jieng Padang is very clear when it comes to the issue of people of Twitch and a BA community. Because if they say they are brothers and sisters, we do believe that the only way solution, even myself, I propose that the only solution to the conflict with BA is to give this responsibility to our local chief, including the chief of Jieng Padang that come from Malakal, come from Kogo, come from Rang, and other Dinka chief that can be able to resolve these issues. The issue cannot be resolved by the government. The government role is to make sure that the security, protecting the life of people of Abia as well as people of Twitch. This is what the call that we have done. It is the responsibility of the government to make sure that the continuous killing does not continue. But let us solve these issues of the community. But now you want to jump up there and leave the issue. We are not against your condemnation, but we are against the calling to unite with those of Johnson Rowling, to unite, rallying your youth to go and wage a war against the people of Malut. You see, who told you that the people of Malut have differences? This is just, you want to create some issues, fracture within the community, which are not there. Padang communities are general, they are peaceful. They have never fought among themselves at Jibril. Let me say this. Whether from Abiy all the way to Malakal, we are bigger section. We never fought among ourselves like other sub-communities that are fighting. What is that? It is because we always resolve our issues. So do not. So do. No, that's 1991 and 1992. This is not what we are discussing. We never fought among ourselves as a community. So take this from us. We are united. We are one people, and we always resolve issues amicably through dialogue, not through the. Now you want to carry the issues that we can fight among ourselves, but that thing will not be realized. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Banyabiel. I drop him. I am the one who drop him because, Jibril is not the right person to be in this forum. I know the Mabanis who can be here, and then they can contribute in a good manner. I was in the room 2 days ago or yesterday in Mabanis room. They opened the room about this topic and they were talking on their own language, and I was there. So I find out that they have a leader within the United States here, and they have a good people who can respond without violence. And that's the thing we need. But someone like Jibril, I don't think so. I cannot, I don't respect him as a politician. I don't respect him as an elder, because the word he used is the word of violence, and the violence, if the violence occurs, he will not be there. These issues, I find out the people can talk about these issues peacefully better than Jibril. That's why one gentleman here is up. He can speak his mind in a good manner, in a good way, and educate his people within all our community. So that's why I brought him. Jibril, no, he's not a good person to discuss with you in this forum. We have a lot of Mabani down here. We will bring them up. And those are the leaders of Mabani in the diaspora here, and they know what they are doing. Thank you.
Ben Wilson, I make you a moderator as well to moderate this. I'll step out for maybe a few minutes. While you are moderating, you can give the chance.
You can go ahead. But if you want to bring Jibril up, it's up to you with your opinion. But for me, no, this guy, he has nothing to contribute.
All right. Benjamin,
Yes.
can I go?
Yeah. I don't know whether we'll be able to. Let me say this. Can we close the StreamYard and then focus on the clubhouse, or should we wait until after this, maybe 45 or 15 minutes from now on, 10:45? What do you think? You are mute.
Oh. Yeah, let's wait until 45 minutes. So those who don't have an access with the clubhouse, they will get it. I want to respond to Jabril if you are hearing me. Benyakot, you are hearing me?
Sorry, by Wilson. I don't know if you open it on the stream yet. I did not know that. But I am in Clubhouse. That's why I dropped the bridge in Clubhouse. And I bring Tropic here. Tropic is the one who, if you can give him a chance, yeah, he know what is going on and he can talk well better than Jibril. Thank you.
All right. Are you hearing me now, Coach?
Yes, I can hear you well in Clubhouse. You can let that one open. It's okay because I will mostly hear.
All right.
I thought guys, you opened the Clubhouse. I did not know that it was.
We open both Jieng Padang Media and Clubhouse in case the people we are sending the message to them, they are not in Clubhouse. So thank you, Jabril. I play your voice and I play some of Arun's voice, but it's not finished yet. The reason we bring this, and you guys have a show yesterday, including Brother Trip, who were there. The show that you were condemning us, and you're talking about. I say the Nuer cannot be tracked. That is true.
What's going on? You can give a chance Tropic if
Yeah. I just want to respond to Jabril, and then I will give a trip. To come and contribute. So,
hello.
Yeah. According Pungu.
You're busy. I can take the opportunity.
Just wait, Tofik. Let Wilson respond a little bit, and then we'll give you a chance to come up. When Wilson is talking, so he will respond, and then we'll give you a chance, and then after that we'll vote some more people. There are few that have raised their hands to be able to say something as well. But I just want to caution those who come up. We are speaking here based on the topic is very clear. The security threat, and those who attempted to attack Kogo County, especially the White Army under the self-claimed prophet. But they have attempted. They have been called to go back, but we still have some remnants that may also attack. This is what we are discussing. Thank you very much. And Wilson, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Benjabil. For those who coming late, let me refresh the room. If you are hearing me in Clubhouse and Facebook here, there were two topics. One topic was about the White Army coming from Nasir and Ulang on Thursday and Friday to come and attack the county called Lakoka. It's in the middle of Jieng Padang. So what happened on Friday? On Friday, the governor of Upper Nile was told what activities is going from our neighbors.
Also, you are mute from the clubhouse. You have to unmute yourself.
Oh, it looked like it will make a noise. That's why I'm so okay.
Otherwise, I'm not going to be. You can either mute yourself from the Facebook. I don't know what's going to happen, but let me leave my phone if that's possible. Then you can go ahead.
Let me try. Okay, now I'm muting the crowd. So. Huh?
No.
Abiel? Okay, Abiel Kabra Loy, Luira mute Kuyan and Brother open for Clubhouse. Let's try.
It's come from you actually.
Huh? No, to Luira mute Kubara, Bara and mute on Clubhouse here.
Let me do.
You mute much?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Okay.
I will leave my phone here. Just talk.
Now it's good now. Right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Mute yourself from the clubhouse and then speak on the stream.
No, I mute myself in the Facebook. Oh.
Then speak on the Facebook and I'll leave my phone.
Yeah, leave your phone, yes. Okay, Coach, are you hearing me? Okay, let me speak in the
When
Facebook.
you're giving the chance to others, just mute me because you're the moderator. Okay?
Yeah.
So that they can be able to. But now let them hear what you're saying.
All right. Yeah, Jama, the topic was about two topics, if you are listening to me. There was a self-claimed prophet from Nuer Nasser and Ulang. They come on Thursday to County Kolanakoka to come and attack people. But they were detected. This is the place where they killed people last year, 2021 in February. So they are coming back again to loot because they are hungry. That's what we heard from the those who went there. So the governor was informed because the White Army was born by the so-called Riek Machar, the father Riek Machar, and the governor of Upper Nile is IO. He was told what is going on. There are another insecurity is going to create problem. So the governor talked to the UN people. He sent a people with a helicopter. They were 6 hours away from the headquarters county of Koga. The people talked to them. They talked to their leader, so-called self-claimed prophet. They told him to go back. Why you are here? They say they are hungry. They need to take something to eat or whatever. So they were told to go back. Riek Machar also were told to call them. Some left some section. They are still, as we speak, in the area. So fighting can break out anytime. And that's why we came out here to call people of Nasser, including Nemeri. I see you there. I don't know what your people want. Last year they came and attacked twice. Now they are coming. Are they not listening? Or they are not concerned with another Nuer life who live in Padang land? As we speak, the big section of Ulang, who left Ulang 2017, when you guys fight to yourself, they were being hosted in Baliet. This is the Jieng Padang County. We have people in Unamom close to Paloj. These are Nuer Gajak too. They are displaced. And now you get another crazy White Army here taking war to Dinka land. And while there are Nuer in a Dinka land, and there is no Dinka in a Nuer land, and you come to kill people. Ajama kalam damasa. You cannot always be instability or insecurity within the state. So we are just coming out here to let the South Sudanese know what is going on in Upper Nile. We know we have so many war going on. There is a Guleg fighting with the Kidguang fighting themselves last week up to now. They are fighting on the other side of the West Bank. Now you have people here from Nasir and Ulang. They want to provoke another situation. So that was the topic, to condemn it, this so-called self-claimed prophet leading the Shabbat White Army to come to the land and attack people. Another second was the Maban has been being shown for the last 3 days or for the last weeks up to now, yesterday. Because there was another group from the Nasir, from the Langashuk. Langashuk actually is the Nuer Gajak. On date 15, they came to commissioner, the both commissioner and two leader of community, they meet in Juba saying that let's have some kind of peace because our people have nothing to eat right now. So we can come and set up some peaceful movement between two counties. So Stephen Dio as the leader of Malut and the governor was involved and two commission. They came to Malut, they signed the so-called humanitarian something. I read it before. It was nothing to do with Maban land. They point out the area called Welgu should be a meeting point where the market, if they bring their cow, they should stand there. People from Malut, they can go there and sell their dura. So within that, Maban people, they are very close to Malut, and we know that we have a peaceful coexistence with them. So there is no threat. We have been sharing all these roads together. We have business as usual. The people who were very a threat to us, these are the people of Longashuk. So if they come now and say we want to have a peace, is it a crime? If somebody come to you, I have something you have, and I really want to have a piece of a peaceful move. That's what Malut County and Longashuk did, ya Jama. Shouldn't Java Walad Bitamabana to become upset and come and threaten people of Malut. Galiahe, we have a white army, we are going, we have a Jews, we are going to fight you. You unite with the Nuer now, you want to come and grab our land. This was the language you hear. And some of them went as far as, we are going to ally with Wulony because Wulony have problem with Padang. Now, Jabril, we are not calling for Dinka. If we say Dinka Malish, Lakin Padang is the sections who are there. They are not, because they are not even Gabila, they are section within Dinka. Lakin Maban is a Gabila, right? But we are not calling for the Dinka. We are calling for the Padang people who are there with you, because Maluda had two sections. So to combine them, you got to call them Padang. There is no another name you can call them. So do not return back your language. Your threat has been taken seriously. Arun threat has been taken seriously. The letter you guys wrote has been taken seriously, because you are putting another insecurity while the Maban and Maluts have been having all these privilege. Even though there was a little fight on 2017, but it was been calmed down. So if your so-called commissioner of the IO was not involved, then don't ask people of Malut. The governor is an IO governor. He was there in that he witnessed that kind of peace. The governor came to Malut. He went with people all the way to Gulgu. So if the Maban governor, who was an IO, the Maban commissioner, who was an IO, and the governor of Upper Nile is an IO, what is the problem in Junubin? If you have a claiming or a complaining, complain to him. But we are here to call our Nuer brothers who are in diaspora, who are in Juba. I think people of Juba, they will not accept this, because the beneficiary of the so-called Upper Nile from 1983 until 2015 were the Nuer from Nasser. They allowed us to be Juba governors because of their allies with Jalaba. Now, in the current government of Salva Kiir, they have two ministerial. A minister of oil is from Nasser, and oil is not from Nasser. A minister of labor, which is what is his name? James. He's from Nasser. The speaker of Upper Nile is from Nasser, I believe, the state speaker, and they have a minister. So why you want to destroy this coexistence again? You did it last year, 2021. Now you want to jeopardize the peace again. What is the problem? If you are hungry, talk like people of Longashuk who came and talked to people of Malut. So they were been given like 200 bags of surgum, because surgum in our area, we cultivate it. The chuala salisa fi 40,000 pound, but in some part of South Sudan is when as far. For these were the two reasons we were talking here for not the clubhouse, and I think I highlight the topics. Then I will let Trip to come and do his contribution. But the threat of Maban are taken very seriously. We find out now Maban have connection with Johnson Wulony, as they say, Arun said, and they may have a connection with the NAS. We don't know why they're talking like that. So I will stop here.
Yeah, he even have a saying that Roll Boy Young could actually destroy this oil and Malut area. This is the concern that we had, because security threat is not only from the White Army, but it's also from those who are being rallied by those of Harun and Jibril to come and cause insecurity in the area of Jieng Padang. These are also threats. So, Brother Tofik, the chance is yours, and please, I want to advise that the issue of ABA is not in discussion of these issues. We have responded as a leader of Jieng Padang, and we are in communication also with because ABA is part and parcel of Jieng Padang, and I make that very clear so many times. There's a show that was organized by the Lagos State Media, and I was also a guest speaker in that show. We came to call for peace between Twitch and people of ABA. The reason why we call for peace, it is because these communities that fighting themselves, they've been living together for centuries, and what brought them to war is that we needed the peace to come, and we have blamed the government of South Sudan for allowing people to kill themselves in the Republic of
let me respond to this guy. Nimeri, don't talk about Jabril. We want you up because you are from Wulang. Your people are coming to attack people. What was the reason? Can you come up, please? If you
Tawfiq, come forward, please. The chance.
All right. Thank you, guys. Greeting. Can you mute yourself?
Yes, I'm going to mute myself. Yes.
So thank you. I want to say my greeting to you guys, Wilson, our coach, and the members of the room. Thank you for hosting the room. I think it is about time that we have to have honest conversation about issues that are affecting us in Upper Nile and also in South Sudan. But when we are debating issues, we should not be dropping people because they have differing ideas from us. Maban people has not threatened any of their neighbors. Instead, the neighbors of Maban are threatening them. Maban is justified in rejecting and condemning the recent agreement between the Malut County and Nomacho County. That is Maban people's right. And one thing Maban people would like you guys to know, we are not against Malut County and Nomacho wanting to make peace among themselves. Because we are saying if there is peace between the Malut County and Nomacho County, that means there's peace in Upper Nile, and also there's a chance of peace coming to Republic of South Sudan. That is one. The issue we as Maban people are having is this. The attempt by Malut County and Nomacho County to grab Maban land by dividing it, whereby Batman Open will be given to Nomacho County and whereby Bankenta will be given to Malut County. This is something we are rejecting and we will never allow that. If it means we have to break the peace, we have to, because it is our land, it is our integrity, that is our question. Nowadays, you want to put down Maban. Where were you guys when we were fighting against Jalaba? Where is this strong community proud of themselves that they are the warriors? Where were they? If there is a joint marketplace to be established at Maban land, it has to go through Maban. Maban people has to be made aware. You cannot dictate or bully Maban people. We are not Maban of our ancestors. Our Maban ancestors, they're easy, happy, go marry, they welcome anybody to their land. But today, Maban, if anybody wants to reside in Maban, they have to respect Maban people. Enough of Maban people being labeled as a peaceful community. That is an insult. My message to you, Padang, you call yourself Padang, but this should be mainly Jieng, not Padang. Jieng community is bringing problems to themselves and not Padang. You have issue with General Ulun. You have issue with Nuer people. You have issue with Baba people. And you are calling the people you have issue with them as a problem. It is you who are a problem. You want to bring insecurity in Upper Nile. It started with the last week video you hosted, or the room you hosted in the clubhouse, mobilizing, calling for Padang youth to defend oil places because of a simple message that has been carried out by General Boy. Look, oil as a national resources does not belong to community. It is a national resource. It is the human regime responsibility to protect it from
We are not talking about oil. Please go to the topic. It's not about oil, please.
But this is a topic. Allow me to screen this out. See, this is the things that I do not like from you. When you get challenged, you want to do that. So, the oil, protection of oil does not fall under community responsibility. Instead, it is the government responsibility. For my case, I call it Cuba regime responsibility. What General Boyd did, that was a good message. He's not targeting civilians or Padang people as you would like people to believe. So, for you to mobilize Padang youth to go put their lives on the line to protect what is a national interest, it is meant that you are claiming that Cuba regime, it is not a South Sudanese regime. And instead, it is a Jieng regime or Padang regime. That is what you are telling the European. And here, Maban, Congo, Denka, Shuru, if there's anything in Upper Nile to be decided, we have to decide it together as community, the 5 communities, because we are the only 5 people left here, because the rest went to Jungle State, right? So, if that agreement that was reached, the invitation should have been also sent to Maban County Commissioner. With you yourself, you don't even have what's called trust between yourself and the Luwet or the Luwet for this case. We have countless records where you guys are talking bad about the Nuer people. How are you going to have an agreement with people you talk bad about them? And in itself, you are trying to create chaos because you will be killing yourself. So in order for this agreement to materialize, it has to be redrawn, whereby everyone in our state has to be included. And also, Maban land will not be taken by anyone easily. We already fought and sacrificed ourselves, our lives, so the South Sudan can become independent today. Why are we killing ourselves over land issues? What we need to recognize is this. If today I leave Baban and went to Malaka, I have to follow local laws. And if I have to go to Maluk, I have to follow the local laws. That are there, I have to respect them. And if I end up begetting children, my children will never claim that this is their ancestral land. What they will say is this. Our father moved from Maban land to Malut or Malaka. And this land belongs to Denka and Shuru. Malut belongs to Denka and Malaka belongs to Shuru. But it is not Maban land. This is what I will teach my children. But this is not what you guys are doing today. What you guys are doing, you are promoting violence in Upper Nile State. Please, I plead with you guys, stay away from that. Let your regime depend oil installation or the civilian. And not ask civilians to arm themselves to fight against opposition. It is wrong. Because opposition, they are not against civilian. They are against Cuba regime. You will be justified if we are fighting a foreign enemy, such as Khartoum government, or the Kenyan government, Ugandan government, Ethiopian government, whoever that might be, a foreigner, then we have the right as Junubi, as citizen of Junubi, of South Sudan, or Republic of South Sudan, to arm ourselves and defend our land, our integrity, and support our government. But we cannot arm ourselves, kill ourselves as civilians.
All right. I think you can wrap it up.
Denka, Shulu, Koma, Nuer. We need each other in Upper Nile State so that we will have peace in the Republic of South Sudan. Enough with saying the
Brother.
threatening Shulu. Maban is not threatening Denka. Maban is not threatening Nuer. Maban is not threatening Koma. We are for peaceful existence, but we will be forced to defend our integrity, our land. If we are being challenged, if our land is being taken over forcefully. So I will stop from here and thank you for the opportunity. But my brother coach, this is what I will ask you to do. Show Jibril respect as he has shown you yesterday. He did not drop you. So the end of the session, Jibril might drop you. So thank you.
Thank you, Trick. I mean, there is you did not comment on the White Army things. You just focus on Maban. Are you hearing me?
I'm listening.
All right. You see how the thing that, that's what they say. Anything in your heart, you can hide it, but you can still bring it out. Now you're bringing oil, you're supporting the statement that Gordon Boy say, but had nothing to do with the topic today. We spoke about it last time. And now you want to come and complain. That show me that you are support of that guy to come and destroy the resource of the country, like what they did in Unity State 2014. The reason we talked last time, we are not defending oil. We know our brother when they come, the oil is in middle of 4 county. So what they will do, they will take people cow first, they fight. But who are going to come actually as a rebel? Like you say right now, we don't trust ourselves. If they would come with 100% Nuer, do you think they will be received by the Dinka whom they were fighting them until 2021? Because we don't trust them as the liberators. We came from one Gabila who were fighting us because of the government of Salva Kiir. If they come as an Agwelek already declared war, it was formed because of the Dinka. So we will never allow people to come in our territory, not because of oil, but because they will come and do the damage, loot and kill the old people and take what they want to take. So that's one of the reasons. Ama oil, we don't benefit. Oil, they can fight with it. So is it sound clear? It's not a topic today, but I want you to comment on White Army who are coming to come and attack. What is your take? With the self-claimed leader called Shaitan. Yeah, within 1 minute you can comment it, and then I give let the line move.
All right, thank you for that question. So this is the first time for me to hear that you were saying there's somebody proclaiming himself to be a prophet. So even I do not know his name. Can you repeat that? What's the person name? And who are they planning to attack?
The person name, I don't know his name, but here is the guy who was the head of the White Army. There was the White Army come on Thursday to come and attack the people in Akoka County, which is next to Malakal, is north of Malakal. So the White Army come under this leadership, self-claimed prophet, to come and attack Akoka. So on Friday, the governor were told to go and confront them. But the governors went to the UN and take a helicopter of the UN, and he sent people to go and talk to them. Some returned back, but some did not. They are still loitering as we speak. So that was one of the concerns that we want to bring it up. I think that guy last year, I know his name, but if it is another new guy, because it's the same guy who came last year claiming that he's seeing the Dinka cow in his own eyes, so there is a lot of cow. If we go there, we will succeed and we will. So it is the self-claimed person, that's what I'm talking about, but I forget his name. But this is the reality.
It's okay. So this is what I want to say. civilian arming themselves to kill each other, I do not support that. But civilian arming themselves to rebel against government, I will support that. So this is my simple answer. I don't like civilian arming themselves to kill themselves over Juba regime. But instead, I would prefer civilian arming themselves to overthrow the government. That's the word I would support. But civilian on civilian, I will never support that. Whether I'm alive or dead, I will never support that. And thank you for the question.
One more question. You claim that the Longshuk people and Malut, they agree to take your land. Do you have a document you can provide to us when they did agree for land?
Okay, thank you for that question. On July 16, 2022, this is when there was an agreement between the Malut County and the Lumacho County. And the document, it says that they are proposing to establish a joint market, and this is something you are aware of, in Maban land. And this agreement is telling us that the only way for the Malut community to take Maban land, it is by having alliance with the Lumacho community or county. So that when we go to court, the Nuer will come and say, Banketa belongs to Padang or Malut community and not the Maban. And by the same token, when Maban will go to court with the Nuer over the issue of Banma Open, the Malut community will come and say, Banma Open belongs to Nuer and not the Maban. And Wilson, you have this document. So this is what you guys have been doing. And not only that, I would like to ask you one question. Can you tell me a border between the Malut County and Lumacho? Where is that border?
The border is Wilgook, and let me read you the letter. I think you answered. You don't have evidence that these two communities come and sit to divide your land. Here is what they agree to, and I have a letter here as briefly written. The title is Program of Assessment of Hungary. You know, the title is a Program of Assessment of Hungary and Reopen of the Route or Road for Peaceful Movement of the People and Commercial Goods between Malut and Longshuk County. You see, it was assessment because there are hungry in Longshuk County. So they need to open the road so the goods can move. The program and the time frame visit, it was Friday, July 15, 2022. And arrived in Paloj. Reception was 3 a.m., dinner time 4 a.m., security brief, the local and authority in Malut County, and briefly to the chief and traditional, because the chief need to be involved with this open route of peaceful goods and hunger that happened in that county. I don't want to read the letter all, but that's what was the mention. Even if I read it all, you will not find something that the two community agree.
They agree. You said it yourself. This is when I asked you a question, you said the border between Malut County is in Gulguk, right?
Listen. There is no.
No, this is what you said. You said that Gulguk is the border, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that Gulguk is the Maban land?
There is no name called Gulguk in Maban land, comrade. So let's leave it there.
This land is called Banma Open.
All right.
We're welcome there by Maban people.
Now the other question.
He's still alive today.
The other question here. What is?
And Lumacho, they don't have borders. So stop with those lies and move the line. Stop with the lies. Gulguk and Gulguk is Maban land. Malut does not have any border whatsoever with Lumacho. Something that I want you to understand.
You guys yeah, thank you. You are new, you could not know it because the Longshuk, being Mangok, being Joko, being all these, they were Padang land before you come from Buluna. So we know exactly what we are talking about it. So let's leave it there. Our line will move. I think it's Nimeri. Yeah, 5 minutes, Jamal.
Okay. Thank you, Wilson. Thank all the moderators, and thank everyone here actually on the stage and those who are actually listening. You invited me up here with the intention that you want me to comment actually on your alleged attack. Yeah, before I go there, I will have a comment on it. Before I go there, this land thing that is being alleged that there is a land need to be taken actually by either Denka or Doer. There was room before I was there. I didn't know what was going on, and for the first time, actually, I heard what was taking place. The Arun actually opened up a room with the son of Maban, and they were talking about it. That time, the accusation was the Kilashar actually that was said to be established as a marketplace. But today, I heard the proposal actually shift from Kilashara to Gwergu. I had my comment on it, and my comment was very clear. So if the initiative, this peace initiative, is established between two communities that have killed one another, so they can find a neutral ground. And that neutral ground, if actually is found to be in the land of Maban people, they can use it. Okay, I'm not really familiar about the area. I cannot tell you for certain that this land really does belong to these people. It will be up to the people of the area to decide actually where the border is exactly. And the right entity to interfere in this would be the government of South Sudan. It would not be an individual like me that is a little bit far away. That was my opinion, and I said the reason why I did say that. So if the area actually is decided to be a Maban area, county of Maban or county government of Maban, they have a right to actually establish the taxation and tax those traders and generate actual income for county of Maban. But if it's decided to be not in the area of Maban people, yet I completely agree that people of Maban too should be included in this initiative because it's part of the neighbors. So if they want to bring the real security in the area, so you can bring on the people of Maban and tell them this is going on. People of Longchuk, they need commodities, and those commodities actually they will come from Maluth. So if the road actually comes to Maban or actually does come close to Maban, so they should have knowledge of what is actually going on. And that was my take on this. Coming back to the topic that brings us here right now. Before I go there with the initiative that is going on, I believe the initiative actually is good because this thing is actually being triggered by a family in Longchuk area, and the response actually I can say is a good response from people of Malut. So you have to start somewhere. And this is the indication that when people speak here and say that there is some real problem, and people say that under Salva Kiir regime everyone is suffering, including the Dinka. And I have been saying all along, not really. Dinka are suffering, but the suffering is not equal. The suffering of Dinka is completely different. So if you see the famine right now, if there is a famine actually in Longchuk area, it confirmed that the reason why there could be a famine in Longchuk area and there is no famine actually in Malut area. Why would that be? You can ask yourself. Few things. First thing is the insecurity infested in the newer area. The second thing is a lack of infrastructure. All season road that can lead to Longchup. So, with that to say, all of this, you can say, yes, there is a clear difference of the suffering of people of Dinka. People of Dinka, actually, they are being guaranteed security to farm. And today, if you look at the response of people of Malut, the 200 sack of sorghum that was contributed, it was not actually provided by the government of Malut. It was provided by the people of Jieng. Okay, so the people of Jieng actually, they have a surplus in their own food, and they have to actually give up some of it to save the life of other people. So it's a confirmation that yes, there is a security in the land of Dinka, and there is no security actually in the land of Nuer. It's not because Nuer are not able to feed themselves, but you cannot do anything when you are not secure enough to actually feed yourself. I can come here to the topic itself. Wilson brought me up. Wilson, you brought me up, and before I can tell you if I know anything about it or I hear anything about it. I'm in the Western world with you. If there is anything, it would be a message that I can hear on the phone, or actually a message I can hear actually through a messenger. So I'm not speaking on behalf of the alleged attackers by Wilson himself. I'm speaking as the son of the area. Okay, I did not hear, and I have sent out a message asking if there is anything like that is going on. So nobody confirmed anything because they have no knowledge of it. If there is anyone that has a knowledge of it, that message has yet to come through. Okay, to my own understanding, so I don't know what is actually going on. If there is any attack that is about to take place, and if there is any attack to take place, nobody would condone it. Okay, this disorganized war, it is not benefiting anyone. Okay, it's not benefiting anyone. So the culprit could not be defeated in this way. That's the way that I look at it. So if there is no reason whatsoever, if there is no organized force that can actually attack installation of the government, there is no need of actually attacking the civil population that are carrying on with their own business. Okay, because it will not bring anything. So Wilson brought it as is because these people are very hungry, and that's the reason why they go there. So this is what the Dinka did to in the first place, right? You want Nuer people to be vulnerable. If your accusation actually is true, people of Wulang and people of Nasser are actually suffering and they have a famine. That's what you want, right? You are supporting a government that is destroying the livelihood of Nuer people. So if there is an insecurity being caused actually by famine today, who are you going to blame? Okay, so there is a possibility the neighboring communities they can come on the table and discuss the welfare of their security. Okay, no one can enjoy actually this destabilization of others, but from the beginning of this war, it has been appreciated, especially by the Dinka community, that Nuer people are being destabilized. They are happy with that. So your allegation, Wilson, I have not confirmed it. But if you are actually saying that if these people attack the people that are living in the area of Dinka in Malut I mean, yeah, you said, I think you said Malut or Polit or and Bali will also be attacked. Well, when it comes to threat of war, it is okay, and you're not young. Okay, you're old enough, and there are ramifications actually. When this back and forth revenge attack actually take place, it's not a funny thing. So to me, I would say if I confirm it, I will find out what is actually going on. And personally, I would not endorse it because I think it's counterproductive. I can stop here and yell back the mic to you, and you can carry on with it. So threatening will not take up. And
yeah, thank you, Mary. Quick one thing that and that's what Nuer are doing is like what Palestinians always do to Israel. You guys fail to cultivate and farm your own thing. Now you want to blame on the Dinka. I don't think that is true. Nuer have been living in the area for the last 7 years. Nobody attacked them. It is only Nuer will come and attack us. No Dinka went and attacked them. If you talk about government who are present in your area, it is led by the Nuer son and daughter. So your laziness cannot be blamed on us and then try to twist us around and saying that, oh, you can see now that what we say, Dinka are not suffering. No, we, the Padang, since day one, even during the war with Anyanya, we cultivate. It's our culture. It's not about neither. So I know I've been in Nasir for the last 3 years. Nuer cultivate more maize than Adura. But why they are not cultivated today, I don't know. It's not insecurity. You are the most secure. You are the most people who will come and attack people, like Morale did in Dongole. But we don't go and attack you. So that notion of we are the problem, I don't think so. I will not buy it. It is your laziness. You don't want to cultivate. So now you come and rob other people. You justified it too in one way or another, saying that, yeah, will be okay if, because the Dinka government, or like you claiming, if the Dinka are well secured to cultivate and we've been put into this, it is okay to go and take whatever we want. That's not the way around. So anyway, I will stop here. If you don't hear it, I am not going to tell you why you did not hear it, because we are all busy in the Western world. And I thought you will be more informed and more connected, because you've been complaining for Rolnas, for Nuer to be separate in Upper Nile, to have a state. So somebody caliber like you should be more informed with what is going on in the ground, because you're campaigning for 2 years now to see the Nuer have a country. So anyway, I will move the line.
Before you move the line, there are a few things that you brought up, and I should respond to it before you move your line. Wilson,
I give you 1 minute to wrap it up. Yeah.
Yes, you are somebody that actually part of SPLA struggle, and for you to actually accuse Nuer people of being lazy, it is really not well placed. We have fed SPLA, and you have seen it with your own eyes.
That is a lie. I went through your hometown, Wulang. I bought something called part of Naida. I think we went in a dry season. Then Lang Yao, we were boating Lang from your area. So they did not pet nobody. When SPLA used to go to take Musajidin, we will be hiding. We cannot show ourselves. People move at night. So I don't know where you pet people. I've been hearing a lot, but that's not true.
What year was that? My own family, we fed Musajidin before they actually get armed or actually produce from Biafra. They came through my own village and slept actually in our own house. We fed them, and when they came, when the more came, Okay, when Tiger came, when Jamus came, all of those Katai, we fed them. Okay, we fed them with dura that you calling that we don't have. Yes, we have. We use to actually farm both the corn and at the same time sorghum. And for you to come and deny it right now, that is the obvious lie that I know. Because
I went through that one because I've been hiding when we were moving. To be honest, you will tell to somebody else, but me, I went through Kormayom all the way to Wulang, and I crossed before Wulang, I believe. We went to Tolor. So there was a Nyanya too.
What year was that? Okay, when the SPLA was fighting actually in Nasser, who was feeding them? Where was the food coming from, Wilson?
The food was brought because the headquarters was Jekmir. There was a lot of food. William Yuan was in Jekmir. The food was brought from Itang, including Marisa. There is nothing there. You can claim it. I know you guys been lying about SPLA.
Absolutely, and that's why you have been spewing the lie that we have liberated you. Your own self. There is no food that was being brought actually from Itang. I'm a son of the area.
There was Majorozat in Jekmir. I saw them when they were.
Food actually was used by SPLA. We have fed you. Even after disintegration of Ethiopia in 1991, we have fed you too, the people who went to the area. And coming back to your comment that we refuse to actually cultivate, our area has been destabilized. When people returned from Italy in 1991, that was a big famine. Why? Because the influx from the refugee camp from Ethiopia, they came and put the strain actually on the food industry. And that thing actually brought a big famine. It's the same thing that is going on right now. A big return of refugees are returning to the land itself. And these people, maybe one community or one family is there, 3 family or 4 family actually come to depend on one family food source. The food could not be enough. And now you're saying that we are just being lazy, and that's the reason why we cannot cultivate. That is a complete lie. And that's why I think a place like Juba, Sudan, there is no need of that place actually being together. Because you cannot share a place with liars and thieves. Thank you.
Thank you. Ayi, it's your turn. Oh, okay. Interject. Benjamin? Hello? Abiel?
Yeah.
No, he conclude. Yeah.
No, I'm done. You can go ahead.
Well, I think Wilson, you and your brother-in-law, you guys
Thanks, Brother Numerian.
don't open that.
No, we are here to dialogue and make sure that the message
under denial.
Yes.
He thinks that if he made a group, he will not give it.
Yes, listen. Can you hear me?
Respect them. So I don't want to open right now.
No, not me. I don't know who is calling you.
Well, I think, Wilson, you and your brother-in-law, I think you don't know each other. So it is good for you guys to introduce yourself.
Oh, don't open that because I opened it a little bit last time. The guy, he's under deny. He don't want to. He think that if he marry from people, will not give a green light to respect them. So I don't want to open
Okay,
it. I
Peter.
know, but he don't want to introduce himself. So we will keep it that way. Abenyabiel, if you are not coming a year, you can go ahead. I think we will close the Facebook here, Abiel. Ayir, okay, Ayir, you know, tell Ayir, Ayir, go ahead, Ayir, 5 minutes.
Yeah, Jama, I'm in the I'm gonna come back. So I don't want. Okay, Peter, you want to say something? Or you just want to come? Services. Okay, yeah, you can come back here. Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. If there are anybody available here, a backlog available because I am like is about 20 minutes. I'm gonna be change. So that could not be available. Those who spoken with.
When we have it debated, be something that can help us. That's what my contribution. The second thing is because I want to find if any side based on the voice that I want, either in Maban or Padang or where. And my question is that someone with a contribution where perhaps really good. Now, what I have been here is taking Jieng Padang is the great state. What I wrote before is become a confusion when our brother from Maban came up and I was from music. That you said there is a wide army. It's coming from that area. And I said, I have the wide army. I did not see any name either there or Maban. When we came to the middle, the son of Maban, they were talking like not happy. Can you tell me the wide army belonging to where? Before I contribute? If you do that, it would be great.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, sure. Well, they give more details. But the ground don't give people space to confuse action. That's why you see the break here, so there is two companies. One is when I become on Tuesday from Nasser to South. On Tuesday, they want to take down the ground. So they were detected. So the governor of Alabama people went and talked to them. But on top of that, cow, went to the farmer area, that was the way to take all through. So yeah, so that was a test brought by the White Army from left from our institution. But if they listen to the governor, it will be good. I heard that Jieng was told to confront them, to talk to them. So that was another topic. We brought it up to let our neighbors know what is going on. The issue of Mafan came up because Mafan is conducting a show about land. We have another show people of Rangaja and the county board of Shuk. They have the same scenario of food shortage, so they have to make a peace because there were no movement from one county to another county for all these 7 years of war. So they set up with Malut people. This was coordinated community to community leader, including the commission. And then other government was involved. So we came there, we located the place called the group where they could buy the on top of that there were 200 sacks of sugar were given to them. I think the governor contributed some, community contributed some, and they were taken with the lorry. I think two lorries they were taken to Kwelku, and then they will be distributed to the mayor of commission. When people of Mabani came there, Mabani is our lorry. But they were not threat to us. We were having all this movement since 7 years up to now. Those Mabani can go to Malut can come. So now in the state of supporting this peace, they come up because these people they want to unite themselves now and take Maban land. That's what they were being complaining, threatening people they will mobilize. Some as well as far they will be allies because they now will have problem with Padang. So that's what we were brought the same two topics so we can advise them. We try to advise them on your show. Jamal lead this is the community who are on ground. The two leaders of community, including governor and commissioner, they will talk, but they don't want to listen. They did like 5 shows, I believe. The last show was 6. So that's where the thing come in. So this, that's what I want to reflect on. But the bigger topic was the break news. Why not he try to attend the council of Jieng? Yeah, that was the two topics, but they are not written here because of the space, so we will still refresh the room and keep the people know. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let Brother Wilson. And whoever in the land of South Sudan are the brother and sister. المشكلة بتاعت أراضي حتى ولو في dispute between Maban and Padang community or في dispute بتاعت أراضي in where Padang. I don't think the other Denka will come and help Padang. Why? The dispute land is between neighbor people. Don't want to think out. Some of the Jari who rely upon him in Padang. Like the Shakulu, Manuel Talokosho, Manuel Talasir, and also Batana. Accept the Manukul inside where I live. God is gentleman in Padang. That one can give me the license to fight like a Dinka. But kill my potato. Kill my potato. One, be not in Jama, Madam Antipede. The several dialogue as the Kida. In Canada, in West, Ma Padang. In Canada, Ma Bad Ma Padang. And a bit manna. The same procedures. Daddy. You have to follow. And mommy behind me. Yakwana. Alaji Gidam Namak let me to tell you what. Let us see. How well the Nogula, you know, stand but at my own door, because I'm not nearby. What have you guys? This is Hatta and hit them. I injured you. That's what I got a son of see. When I submit to men who put a kind of mark or put a mark after that.
No, John. No.
The race in a ram. I'll hide. I got Kulu, then I got
No, John.
Let us see him with that power share. The Benis Belana got on Kudu. And a Bankudu Shadi. That will manage you go to Malakuma later on. Maybe that's my little Julia, and then I'm sharing power sharing. There is Nakuma. Well, you made a lot of you, Senator, that's done Bishop. They are kind of you know that. Bahana Gibe, this out get as our lay, and what in the Lakwana somebody had to so. And Mabisha Jainu, a civilian, you to Napuso, Lakin na, Bishop Lomanakuma, Banama. Okay. Lobiga Yaukida. Shunu Bakali Dumpy Kalaman and Gavila. Insan weapon. Nadia Quada, Pulu Gabai, Kayunubi, Yanam Tawabir Wara, down, and that's the commission of the later Anama, 2 people, Anamagana Pop. But my other Gabriel Kutabe, could have double blame than Stephen Dio and other people. It is because of land. And other areas people are fighting it is because of land. Let in some other areas map one which are not higher than land. This is a good guy. And looking at it was in the Pusum, is an energy moving, say, Martha and Masapat, Margalam with Alpamia, then she give Michelle Manera. And then I had to
What happened? That's okay. That's okay.
In a sample, they built on my back. Jama loitu musawabin mutalimin khalina lo inda mishkila majirana kale kudu mishkila bidaro baina o da yalo mishkila kuma majirana badal mata ba da mishkila tadakhin mana ana ma babna lo fi sabab khalik inda dukun ma hada sai badal ma tikalla in social media جات مانا نام قاعد نشاف الفوق جدوا صاي ما بقول بيعمل ايه لكن ما ممكن انت تكون في المشكله ده ونفس المشكله دي او مشكله ده بيقول اخر كلمه بتاعي قوسيه اللي براس الجبريل دعوه عزمي صعب والنتيجه قالوا يعني جنوبين وين واس كان اخوانا مالوادي يوم نجي ونمشي مع Padang. نمشي نشاكل مع بعض قال وين كان زي ده الوقت. بعد كده ما نجي ما تنادينا. ده another invitation. ناس بيعمل. Okay. Our problem with Iran, we know how to solve our problem. If the time comes, it's a matter of time. Okay. It's not something that need my band deciding the work or the twitch. Thank you, Wilson, other moderator. I've raised my case here. That's the only thing I can tell my degree. If it is still going like that, make sure you will control another something that you don't know. Thank you very much.
Why can't you allow Jibril to come up and debate and stuff? Maybe he made a reference.
Yeah, well, just a minute, Jamana, Digiga.
Okay, I just let you know that it's not your job to pick. People are here just to bring people, but don't give people order, okay? Thank you. Go ahead, Panadia.
Yeah, what I want to do is that I want to close down I want to thank the audience here in Facebook. It has been good that we've been asked together for some time. And now we'll move to Clubhouse. If you are watching us, from the club, from the Facebook, we'll be closing down and go to Clubhouse. So this is what I just want to say, and then you can give the floor to the rest. And those who have spoken, please, we'll move them down as well, so that only will bring up some new people. And if you have a question later on, you can be able to do. Everyone will come up and have his chance to say with respectful discussion, and let us just maintain the issue of the topic. I will talk later on about what Brother Tawfiq have said, and also Mary what he has said. We'll be able to respond to it, but I want to give the floor to the rest. That dialogue is very important. Discussion is very important. Awareness is very important. Thank you very much. And Sister, you can give a floor to those who are on the line. For those in Facebook, thank you very much, and have a good day, good evening, wherever you are. I was going to play one of those.
I will move myself, okay?
Let me play one of this. Yeah, that's okay.
I think Stephen will have a 5 minutes, and then another Stephen, and then